Well, hello there everyone, and welcome along. This is Darren Linton here. I'd like to welcome you to this talk about the angels and the love of God and angels for us all. It's my very great honour to be here and to speak to this wonderful community today. So I hope that we have a very peaceful and very uplifting next hour or so together. Now, Brother Sean, who invited me to speak today, asked me to light a candle today for peace and for divine overlighting. So I'm going to do that now, just light my candle here, and ask that each of us be blessed with divine love and peace today during the course of this webinar. So welcome once again. So today I'm going to be talking about the angels, about how the angels are here to help spread love and peace to each of us and to help us spread love and peace around the world. They have a very important part to play in the healing and the transformation of the planet, as indeed does each and every one of us. I'm going to also be talking about how we can call on the angels and God to bless us. I'm going to be conducting a meditation to give you the opportunity to experience the love and peace and guidance of the angels. And along the way, I'll also be telling you briefly about my own background so that you know how I came to be involved in this blessed work, and it's such an honour to do this work on behalf of the angels and on behalf of God. I do have a couple of notes here with me, so I may glance down at them occasionally, if you'll allow me to do so, just to make sure I cover the key points and that we keep to our time schedule. But I'm hoping that I'll be guided and the words will just flow beautifully during the course of the events today. So I hope that you're going to find something that will uplift you and inspire you, something helpful today, and I welcome you all. Now, I normally like to begin with an opening meditation. You may have had busy days so far, so it's good if we can call on God and the angels to surround us in some loving energies so that we may be fully present and in a good state of mind to participate in the talk today. So I'd like to invite you to join me in this opening meditation and to experience a few initial energies for yourself. I'm going to put a little bit of music on here in the background. You may not hear it where you are, but it just helps to build the vibration, and that vibration will hopefully pass its way over the airwaves to you and to bring a little bit of extra peace and joy and love to you. So if you'd like to just take a couple of moments to make yourself comfortable, I'm going to close my eyes for this as well. So if you'd just like to take a couple of deep breaths, just to relax and center yourself for a few moments. Get yourself nice and calm and centered. And I'd like to ask God and the angels to surround each person watching and listening to this with a big ball of beautiful divine white light and positive angel energy all around you, your body and your aura. And just imagine, allow this beautiful white light and energy to soak into you, your body, your aura, cleansing you of any lower energies or vibrations you may have picked up recently, filling you with divine light, positive energy that can help to rejuvenate you today and help us to enjoy our hour or so together. So just allow this beautiful white light and energy to soak deeply into you, your body, your aura, the cells of your body, even the spaces between the cells of your body, filling your entire being with this beautiful light of God and the angels. Just let your whole being be filled with this divine light. Then next I'd like you to imagine an even bigger ball of this white light and energy starting to build around you, like a bubble or like a large cocoon of light building around you, starting at the bottom of your feet, coming up in and around your feet and ankles, coming up over your legs, heading upwards towards the top of your head. And this might take 20 or 30 seconds or so as this light builds around us. I'd just like to say an opening prayer while we allow this light to surround us and enhance our energies. So I'd like to call upon God, the Masters and the Angels to bless us today, to fill us with the light of love and peace and healing and appropriate inspiration for each person. May each person be blessed with some energies, with some wisdom, with some insights, and or some other blessings today. And I'd like to thank them all in advance for everything that we will be receiving during the course of this webinar today. We are truly grateful. Amen. I'd like to ask God and the angels to bless the energies in your room and to place a platinum dome of protection around each person's room, so that only our angels and higher energies and beings can come through and work with us. And I'd like to ask them to also help prepare the energies in each person, so that we can be truly blessed today. So hopefully that light has grown all the way around you till it's all the way from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head, and you're ready for the last part of this opening meditation. I'll just wait a couple more moments in case some people just need a few moments more. And just sense or intuitively feel if that light is all around you. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay, we can continue to the next stage, I hear. So next I'd like to ask God, the angels and the archangels to send a beam of light down onto each of us to fill us with love and peace and healing and positive energies today. So just imagine a huge beam of light pouring down on you from above, like a spotlight shining down onto someone on a stage. And just imagine, sense, feel this light pouring onto you and into you. And you might like to notice what colour this light is. Is it white? Does it have different colours in? And you might like to notice how it feels. And just allow this light and energy to pour into you, to further energise you right now. I'm certainly feeling the energies here. I'm starting to get tingling, I'm starting to feel myself grow a little warmer, which is what usually happens when I call in the angel energies. So just notice anything that you're feeling. And normally 20 or 30 seconds or so is enough for this opening light in this meditation. We'll just give it a little bit longer. And then usually after 20 or 30 seconds or so the light will fade away of its own accord. If it needs to continue longer on any of you for a bit further, that's fine, it can continue until it's complete. But either way, whether your light is finished or whether your light is continuing, if you wish you can bring yourself gently and lovingly back to normal awareness, feeling yourself back in the room. When you're ready, opening your eyes, smiling again if you'd like to, and noticing how you feel. Oh, I certainly feel the energies after that. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed or a little bit more energized after that brief meditation. If you're with us live and want to type in a little bit of feedback, it would be lovely just to hear back from you if you feel more relaxed or energized or feel a bit better after that energy. Any comments appreciated? Well, for those of you who aren't familiar with me, you may be wondering, how did I come to be involved in working with angels and with serving them here on earth and helping other people to connect with them? Well, I thought I would begin today with a brief summary of my own background, because today is not about me, it's to talk about angels and peace and how they can serve each of you and help us all to create a better, loving, more peaceful world. But the brief story of how I came to be involved is that many years ago I was initially involved in the world of business, and I had a career in big business for 10 years or so. Nothing spiritual there at all, quite enjoyed that. Then I decided to move into training and coaching people, helping people to live better and happier lives and helping businesses. And it was during this time that I became afflicted with a then unknown illness for which there was no known medical cure. So I started exploring the world of spirituality and holistic and complementary therapies. And that was a real eye-opener for me. That was a whole new world. And then one day someone came into my office and he said, "Are you Darren?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "You're quite interested in spiritual things, aren't you?" I said, "Yes," somewhat guardedly. I wondered what he was going to say next. And then this chap said to me, very immodestly, "Yes, well, my name's James. I've been sent by the universe to train you spiritually and psychically. I'm the UK's foremost spiritual trainer. I run a spiritual development group every Monday. It's free. Do you want to come along?" And I sat there aghast and taken back and did my impersonation of a goldfish. And I thought, well, I've always been a bit of a spiritual explorer. Well, I had in those recent years. So I thought, how can I resist an opportunity like this? So I accepted and I agreed to go along. And within a few weeks, I found myself doing hands-on healing, putting my hands on people and sending healing energies, which was then very rare and very little known. And I also found myself channeling messages to people from angels, from spirits, from all sorts of beings, going, "Wow, this is amazing. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but this is truly incredible." And people found the messages to be very comforting and very helpful. And then after a few weeks, this chap said, "Sorry everyone, I've been told I've got to go to Australia. I'm off. Tell bye." And he left. And I thought to myself, you can't do that. You can't just come along, open up this new ability in me and then just leave. What am I going to do now? So I had a period of a little bit of soul searching, and it wasn't long before I said, "God, I'd like to thank you for my life so far. I've had a wonderful life up till now. You've obviously brought me this gift for a reason. I'm happy to serve you. Tell me what you would like me to do, and how may I serve?" And with that prayer in mind, what I did is I started to build my connection with the angels. I learned to communicate with them. They started talking with me. They started sending me guidance. And after some while, it was about a year or so, I finally got the answer from God to my prayer about what did he want me to do. Excuse me one moment. And the message came back that what God wanted me to do is he wanted me to help other people to connect with the angels so that other people could receive the guidance, the love, the inspiration of the angels, so that they could live lives which were inspired, guided by God and the angels, which would be better for them and which would enable them to play their part in helping to improve the world. And God said that I'd be working with people one day all over the world. And I thought, wow, what an incredible thing to be asked to do, to be the angels' representatives on earth and to help people to connect with them and receive their loving guidance and messages. So I agreed to do so, and then I said to them, what do you want me to do first of all? And the message came back, what we'd like to do first, Darren, is just get a business card done, because that will prove to yourself that you're kind of working on behalf of us. And they gave me a nice little picture and some words and some nice colours. They said, once you've done that, we will then guide you and we'll show you what to do each step of the way. And I thought to myself, well, I've asked for guidance, they've given it, they've told me what to do. I can either trust it and follow it, or I can ignore it. Why would I ignore it when they've just given me a clear answer? So that's what I did. I got my business cards done, and very shortly they started bringing people to me. I started teaching them to communicate and talk to the angels, and the angels actually communicate and talk back with us. And people were amazed at the messages and the inspirations that they were receiving. And that was some 17 years ago now. And since then I've developed courses, I've run workshops, I've worked with people one-to-one, and the work has gradually spread to people in over well over 50 countries all over the world now. And I remember saying to God once, you told me I was going to be working with people all over the world. When's this going to happen? Imagining I was going to be travelling and going to lots of exciting countries. The message came back, look to see where your courses have gone. I've got a home study course that teaches people how to work with the angels and connect with the angels and how to receive their loving guidance. And when I looked, I found out it had gone out to over 50 countries. So there I was helping people all over the world, and I didn't even know it. So I saw the nice cosmic joke about that. So that's how I got into working with the angels, and it's been my absolute honour and pleasure to be their servant on earth and encourage other people to connect with their love and energies. And if you need to, or if you're interested in any more of my background, then you can just have a look at my website, which is www.guidedbyangels.info. So www.guidedbyangels.info. And there's information, and there's a free introductory book all about the angels with lots of inspirational thoughts and stories and pictures and messages there if you'd like that. So let me come on to the main topic today, which is to talk about why these are exceptional times that we are all living in and how we can benefit from the love of the angels as well as God. Now, the angels are here in record numbers at these times. There have been 3 great periods of angelic visitations throughout known human history. The first of those was in biblical times, which is why there are lots of mentions of angels in the Bible. The second great influx of angels was during the Renaissance. And if you look at many of pictures and statues during times of the Renaissance, then you'll see angels all around those great public works and pictures and statues in great buildings and public parks. And the third great wave has come in recent years. Why are they here now? Well, many of you have heard that this is a time when the Earth is supposed to be going through great changes. December 2012 marks the end of a 2,000-year-odd cycle and the beginning of a new phase for the Earth, in which the Earth is supposed to be healed and in which we're invited to play our part in bringing about greater healing and love and enlightenment of humankind and raising the vibration on Earth. And to assist this process, God has sent record numbers of angels to work with and help each and every one of us. Because the idea is that as each of us is healed, opens up to greater love, greater inner peace, raises our own energies, so we raise the collective consciousness of humanity all around the planet, and that helps to bring about positive changes to the whole world. So that's why we're here. I also want to talk a little bit more about things in terms of our own personal lives as well. And over the years I've worked with people from all sorts of different religions and many people of no particular faith at all. But one thing people tend to agree on is a sense that there are perhaps 2 main things that each of us is here to do while we're on this planet. The first of those is that we're supposed to be learning, growing spiritually, becoming more loving, becoming more compassionate, becoming wiser beings, So developing our soul. And the second thing we're here to do is to help our fellow man and fellow woman, to help others along our journey here while we're on earth, to make a difference as we pass this way. So many of us during the course of our lives will have periods where we experience difficulties. And some people may say, why do we have to go through these painful episodes, these challenges, these problems in our lives? Well, my own particular view about this, having done much reading, is that the problems we face are actually challenges designed to teach us lessons. They're there to support our spiritual growth, to help us on our path, on our journey of life. And so, although they may seem very problematic at the time, quite often when we look back at them, we can see that they have held some deeper lesson for us, and that perhaps our lives have been enhanced by going through that particular challenge. I know, for example, in my own case, that illness, which for me lasted about 20 years, it was the illness that put me on the path of spirituality and led me to work on behalf of God and the angels. And it was because I continued to have that illness excuse me, that I wasn't able to go back to full-time work, and that therefore I found different ways of being of service to people. So if it hadn't been for that terrible illness, I would never have found my own particular path to spirituality. And I have to say that, if you'll excuse me a sec for another sip of water, it's a bit croaky today. Having found this path of working on behalf of the angels, it really feels like it's home, it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I love doing this work. It's such a pleasure to help other people to connect with the angels. So the angels are here to help each and every one of us. And we have a choice where we can actually invite them into our lives and ask them to support us, or we can actually carry on as we are without their conscious support. Let me say a little bit more about this. Each of us has a guardian angel that is here to look after us and to keep us safe and protect us from harm where appropriate. So if you've ever had a lucky escape or a near miss, or perhaps been driving and thought, oh, that was lucky, that could have been a nasty accident, all those sorts of near misses are your guardian angel looking after you and keeping you safe until your time is up on here. So our guardian angels are allowed to do that. We also have a team of other angels, archangels and other higher beings. They could be beings like Jesus, Mother Mary, or other great avatars and ascended masters who are here to help us. But they are only allowed to intercede and to help us if we actually ask for their help. Why would we want to do so? Because if we ask for their help, then they can begin to work magic and miracles to provide us healing, signs, guidance that can lead us forward in our lives, to help us learn the lessons we need to learn, to take the right steps, to help us to grow, fulfill our potential, and help us to help others in the way that we are truly here supposed to be doing. And I'd like to share with you a vision that I had many years ago when I was meditating with the angels. And what I saw was a picture of the planet, the whole of the earth. I actually have a little globe here behind me for what it's worth. And what I saw were lights coming on all over the planet, brilliant white lights illuminating the whole of the earth. And I knew that what that represented was people awakening to the light of God and the angels. And I saw these lights becoming connected and creating and weaving a grid of light over the whole of the earth. And I recognized that what they wanted to do was they wanted to help people all over the earth to awaken to the love of God and the angels and to receive their lights and help, because the more of us that do so, the more we help to raise the vibrations on the planet. And each one of us is very precious to God, and each one of us can make a difference to the vibrations on the whole of the planet. And there's a couple of stories I'd like to share here just to let you know how important you are and how important all the spiritual work that you are already doing is to this world. So the first of these stories is called the 100th monkey theory. And forgive me for those of you that have heard this before. The 100th monkey theory is based on this. Some scientists were once studying a group of monkeys on a desert island. And they noticed one of the monkeys started using tools. It was using a sharp stone to break into a coconut. And then it started using sticks to knock fruits out of the trees. And the scientists were very impressed, because previously it had been thought that humans were the only species that used tools, yet here was a monkey doing so. And then they noticed that this monkey started teaching other members of its family and its tribe to do the same thing. So very soon many monkeys on that particular island were using stones and sticks as tools to help them with their food. And then an amazing thing happened. The scientists heard from scientists on another island, hundreds and hundreds of miles away, that suddenly monkeys on other islands had also started using tools. And it's as if, because this group on the first island had this new consciousness and this new ideas, that consciousness floated across the ether and started influencing other monkeys with which they had no direct contact whatsoever, because there was hundreds of miles of oceans between them all. So that became known as 100th monkey theory, the idea that if a small group start having new ideas, those ideas get transmitted around the world telepathically to the rest of the species, or in this case, with ourselves, to the whole of humanity. So what that means is, and it's really good news, just a relatively small group of people working to elevate their energies, to become more loving and more peaceful, actually does have an effect on the whole planet. And we can probably see that through the massive growth and interest in things like angels and spirituality and mind, body, spirit healing methods. And in fact, surveys have shown that 50% of people in the UK and in the US believe in angels. That's an amazing figure. It's not too far short of the 65% that actually believe in God. So people are awakening, are becoming aware of these higher beings, these higher energies that we can call upon. And in a few minutes' time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to experience these energies and these connections for yourself. Now, I wanted to mention a second reason why each of us is very important and how we can make a difference to the whole of the world. And this is a piece of information that was given to me by the angels, and I subsequently read it on the internet as well, so I don't claim exclusivity on this. But they gave me the rule of 10 by 10. And what they said was this. Imagine that you become a little bit more enlightened and that you decide to be even more loving, and during the course of the next year you go out and you touch the lives of just 10 people during the course of the year. Now, many of you may well interact with far greater numbers than that, but let's just go with the idea of 10. Now let's imagine the following year that those 10 people that you touched, that each of them goes out and touches another 10 persons each. So 10 by 10, that's 100 people that have now been influenced and blessed. And if those 100 then go out and each touch another 10 the following year, that would then be 1,000. And if you continue this across 10 years, what happens is you go 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people in year 5 that have been influenced by this domino effect, this wave that you have kicked off. 100,000 then becomes 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion, and in year 10 that becomes 10 billion. So think of the implications of your just influencing 10 people and them each influencing 10 people. That wave of love eventually reaches 10 billion souls. Well, we only have about 7 billion souls on the planet as it stands. So can you see how the actions of just one person can have a huge ripple effect? And if there are hundreds or thousands or even larger numbers of us all doing this, those ripples around the world can have a huge positive effect on the overall consciousness of humanity. I don't know about you, but I find that quite an exciting and an inspiring thought. So just a little bit more about the angels and how they can help us. I could talk for hours and hours on this, but I just want to give you a quick little insight into how the angels can help us. So what we can do is we can call upon them to help us, and they can guide us in various ways. They can show us signs, and you may be aware that finding a white feather is a classic sign from the angels that they are with us, they are here to help us, and they are here guiding us. They can also send us signs in a myriad of different ways. So it may be a song you hear on the radio provides an answer to a prayer, or you might open a book and there just happens to be a particular passage that provides the answer that you're looking for. Or you may receive an unexpected message from someone you meet in the street, which gives you just the piece of information you're looking for. There are huge numbers of different ways that the angels can send us informations and signs and give us little nudges that we need to provide the answers and inspiration to help us with our lives. And as we open up to them, we can also receive their loving energy and healing, and we can over time learn to communicate with them so that they can actually speak with us directly. It's like hearing a voice in your head, and we can ask them questions and receive answers. So we can say things like, why have I got this problem that's come up? Oh, okay, it's to teach me about this. That's the lesson I'm supposed to be learning. Okay, and how should I deal with this problem? Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good solution. I can do that. Thank you very much. So with practice and with a little bit of training, it can be as easy as that. And they can also just send us thoughts via our intuition, perhaps while we're meditating, maybe while we're sleeping or resting. Thoughts, ideas, visions, inspirations can pop into our minds to guide us as well. If I may, I'll just give you 3 quick examples of how the angels have helped some of the people that I know. One of my favourite stories is from one of my clients who learned how to communicate with her angels. And she had been diagnosed by her doctor as having a serious illness for which there was going to be no recovery. And she was told that she would never work again. And her husband had also been told that he was ill and would never recover, and that he would never work again. So just imagine both of them sick, both of them unable to work or live normal lives ever again. You know? Their lives were, you could say, effectively ruined. But when she spoke to her angels said to her, "You have been misdiagnosed. The doctors got it wrong," and they told her that in fact she had diabetes. And they told her to go back to the doctor and to ask to be tested for diabetes, which is exactly what she did. So this was a very specific message. And sure enough, she was tested for diabetes. Fortunately, it was the kind that is treatable. She was treated for diabetes, made a full recovery, was able to go back to work again and resume life. And then the angels told her that her husband had also been misdiagnosed. So he went back, had more tests. They found out the real reason he had been sick. He got well. He was able to go back to work again and resume a normal life. So an absolutely incredible turnaround of their lives by these messages that she received from her angels. That's an example of the miraculous and profound effect that angel guidance can have on people. Just a couple more quick examples. It helps to bring things to life a little bit. One lady wrote in and told me how she had been ill for a long while, and she prayed to the angels to help her to recover her health. And she said that night she had a very vivid dream in which she saw lots of brightly coloured crystals all around her. And because it was such a vivid dream, she took that as a sign. And she went to visit a crystal healer, even though she'd never heard about that before. And sure enough, the crystal healer actually healed her of her health problems. And she was so impressed, she studied and trained up as a crystal healer and became a healer herself, and then went on to heal many other people. So her life was completely changed, and she was able to help many other people because of that divine inspiration that she received. And just one more example. One of my clients who became a good friend was very interested in healing, and she said she dreamed of one day owning her own healing centre where she could run courses and healing for people of all ages and all backgrounds, and perhaps get other people involved to offer different forms of healing and growth and help for people. But she was a single parent, had very little money, couldn't see any reason or any way in which that could happen. But she called me up a few months later and said, "Darren, you never guess what?" I said, "What's that, Viv?" She said, "Well, I was guided to meet this woman after I moved here to Yorkshire, and this woman told me that she was setting up a healing centre. She'd been given money by the government to convert an old building to make it suitable, and she wants me to come on board and to help run it. So out of the blue, I'm being asked to be involved in running a healing centre. I never thought it could happen. It's an absolute miracle." So she was thrilled, as you can well imagine. So just a few quick examples of how learning how to communicate with the angels can help us. And for those who say, I'm just getting a little nudge here, well, why should we call on angels rather than calling on God? Well, you can call upon either. The angels are God's helpers. So they are his representatives here on earth that can deliver his loving help and inspiration to people. So I tend to call upon both when I'm working on them. So you can call on either angels or God. But some people find that calling on the angels just produces a slightly different effect, or maybe more comfortable for them. You can, of course, also call upon Christ. You can call upon Mother Mary. You can call upon other beings of light that fit in with your own particular beliefs and which you feel comfortable with. So I'm just reading through one or two comments from you good people that are here with me today. Someone saying she likes to call upon Mother Mary. Someone likes to call upon Archangel Raphael, who is the Archangel of Healing. It's one of the archangels that most people know, along with Archangel Michael, who is a great protector, and Michael is also a great one for leading us forward with our lives. So all you need to do, if you would like to ask the angels to support you, as well as God and Jesus and Mary and other beings, is simply say a prayer to them. And the words aren't important as much as your intention. So you can just say something like, "Dear angels, please come into my life. Please help to guide me, to bless me, to lead me forward in my life for my highest good and for the highest good of all." And then watch out for signs, watch out for prayers being answered, and watch to see what happens for you. So a little bit of an introduction there to the angels. I'm just seeing if I've missed anything in my notes. I think I've covered the key things there. They're saying yes, I have. Thank you. What I would like to do is give you the opportunity to experience connecting with the angels for yourself, because that's much more effective than me just actually speaking to you about them. So what I'd like to do is take you through a meditation. And I've designed this meditation so that if you should choose to do it again, it will be different each time you listen to this webinar. So I gather that Brother Sean is going to endeavour to make this available to people to watch whenever they wish. So I would like to invite you to be open to see what you experience in this meditation, and to receive the love, the healing, and perhaps messages from God and the angels for you, so that you can be healed, filled with greater love and peace, that your energies can be raised and blessed further. And as we do so, we are collectively helping everybody on the planet. So if you would like to join me, I'm going to put a little bit of music on in the background again. Now, so you may not hear it, but it helps to raise the vibration at my end. and I hope that you will enjoy this meditation. So we'll begin in the same way. If you'd like to just close your eyes, just take a couple of breaths to get yourself calm and centered. Now I'd like to call back to you once again a big ball of divine white light and positive angel energy all around you, your body and your aura. And I'd like to ask for this divine white light and energy once again to soak deeply into you, your body, your aura, to fill you up with divine love, positive angelic energies, which will help you to connect safely and easily and receive all the appropriate blessings for you today. So just allow this white light and energy to soak deeply into you, your body, your aura, the cells of your body, the spaces between the cells of your body, filling your entire being with this beautiful light and energy. And then next, once again, I'd like to imagine an even bigger ball, a bubble or a cocoon of this light and energy starting to build all around you. Starting at the bottom of your feet, coming up in and around your feet and ankles, coming up over your legs, heading upwards towards the top of your head. And again, that might take 20 or 30 seconds or so. Just feel, sense, imagine this light building up all around you, surrounding you from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head with this loving energy. I'll just wait a few moments so that everybody is completely surrounded by this light and energy, which helps you to connect safely and easily and keeps you protected while we're doing so as well. If you're there already, just pause a few moments and enjoy feeling these energies as we just make sure that everybody else is fully surrounded, protected and energized. So I get a little nudge to continue. So what I'd like you to do next is I'd like you to imagine that you're standing at the bottom of a small hill on a nice sunny day, and on top of this hill is a magical temple filled with beautiful energies and angels and masters such as Raphael and Jesus and Mary and other beings of light. And just like you to imagine as best as you can that you're walking easily up this hill. And as you get closer and closer to this temple, you feel the beautiful energies emanating out of this temple. And as you draw close to this temple, you can notice what the temple looks like. Maybe it looks like a Greek or a Roman temple, or maybe it's made of sparkling energy, or maybe it looks like a cathedral or a castle, or whatever it looks like, just go with your imagination. And I'd like to ask that you be welcomed to this temple and that you're guided into the heart of this temple, into the main room in this temple, where you can receive the love of God and the angels and other healing and energies and messages today. So just notice if you're invited to stand maybe in the middle of the room, or if there's a chair maybe, or a bed or something for you to sit or lie upon. And notice what the temple looks like inside. And then next I'd like to ask that each person is joined by the highest and most appropriate angels, archangels, masters, beings of light to help each of you today. So I'd like to ask these beings to join you there in the cathedral or in the temple if they're not there already. If they're not there already, can they please join you in the next 5 seconds or so? They can just walk in, appear out of thin air, join you however they would like to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'd just like you to imagine, see, make up, get a sense of one or more or many beings joining you there in the temple. And I'd like to welcome these beings, thank them for being here. And I'd like to ask them to draw close to you and to connect with you energetically so that you can experience your connection with them more fully. So just allow them to draw close to you and to start sending you some energies. And maybe you can get a sense of what some of them look like. Is there a large group of them? Are there just a few? Do they look angelic? Do they have wings? Do they have white robes? Can you see them clearly, or can you just get a vague outline? It varies from person to person. Just notice whatever you can about these beings as we welcome them. And when they're ready, I'd like to ask these beings to send you some words of welcome. What opening message would they like to say to you today? And just allow yourself to receive a loving message. And just notice what words or thoughts pop into your head. And remember these messages. And next I'd like to ask God to send a huge beam of light down onto you there in the temple, to fill you with God's love, with the energy of peace, with healing, and with other energies that are appropriate for you today. So just imagine a huge beam or column of light pouring down onto you there in that temple, filling you with positive energies. And allow yourself to be blessed by this light and by these energies. And I'd also like to ask the angels, the archangels, the masters and the beings that are with you to start sending their energies to you as well. So can we ask them to also send you further healing, further love, further positive energies which are beneficial and perfect for you to receive. So receive the beautiful energies from God and the beautiful energies from all of these loving angels and beings around you. And notice how that feels. And if it's appropriate, can I ask some of the beings to let you know who they are? So who is with you now? Can they please let you know? And notice what answers you receive. And next, can I ask them, do they have an important message that they would like to give you today? What would they like to say to yourself? And just go quiet and notice what words or thoughts come to you now and receive their loving message. And if you receive some words or thoughts, remember those. And now I'd like to give them a little bit of free time to continue to work on you, to give them the opportunity to communicate with you, to give you some messages or some thoughts or some visions, or just to work on you energetically. So I'm going to be quiet for 2 or 3 minutes and just allow you to enjoy this communion with these beautiful beings and to receive whatever is appropriate for you. So enjoy your time with them now, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Just keep receiving the energies, keep receiving any messages they may wish to give you. I'll give you a little bit longer. And I'd also like to ask them, if I may, on your behalf, what else can you do to help to promote love and peace in the world? What else can you do? And see what message or ideas you receive. And we thank them for everything that we've received. If I may, can I ask them to round off the energies, to finish off the messages over the next minute or so, and to make sure all of your energies are beautifully rounded, balanced, harmonized, grounded and protected. So can they please round off with you over the next 30 seconds or minute or so? Rounding off, finishing this meditation. And if you'd like to send them your silent thanks, and they can round off with you a goodbye or hug or blowing you a kiss or finishing off in some appropriate way. And when everything has finished and been completed, and you've said your thanks, if you'd like to see yourself exiting from the temple, and you can allow yourself to walk gracefully down the hill, bringing all these positive energies and messages with you. Coming all the way down the hill, back to the bottom of the hill, and then bringing yourself back to your bodies, back into your rooms, back into the here and now. Noticing the temperature in the room, noticing how you're feeling in your body. When you're ready, opening your eyes, bringing yourself all the way back to normal awareness. Ooh. And smiling if you'd like to. I'll just ring the bells to bring everybody back. Welcome back, everybody. So, how was that for you, I wonder? Did you experience some nice energies? Did you get some or many messages? You might like to go and jot that down while it's all fresh in a few minutes' time. I'll be rounding off this talk in just 2 or 3 minutes or so. Well, I certainly felt the energies there, and I had a beautiful connection with the angels, and I had Buddha come through with me today, and when I asked the question, how can we spread more love and peace, I got the message that I could offer to do talks with other organisations as well like this, just in pure service and love. I've got some messages coming in. Thank you so much for writing into us. This was so beautiful, just beautiful. Thank you. You're very welcome. And Starlight 2012 said that she got some messages. So that's great news. So, someone else got a wonderful message about their family and says thank you. You are more than welcome. My great pleasure. So some people experience a lot when they do that meditation. Some people experience a little. It varies from person to person depending where we are on our spiritual journey. But I just wanted to give you a little taste of that. So you might like to go away and write that down in a minute while it's nice and fresh in your mind. And I'm sure that Brother Sean would love to hear about your experiences. If you'd like to send him an email, and I'd be interested in your feedback as well if you send it through to Brother Sean in the usual way. So I'm just going to check in for a moment and just see if there's anything else that I've missed or anything I need to say to round off today. So they just want me to emphasize that yes, the angels and all these wonderful beings are here to help all of us, and they're here to help us to spread love and peace around the earth, to lead the earth into a new golden era even of enlightenment. So do call upon them, ask for their help. They're ready and willing to assist us, and they really can make a difference to us and our lives. And as we continue our spiritual work of all kinds, we help to raise the consciousness of the planet and help the whole of humankind. So it's been my great honour and privilege to be here with you and to have the opportunity of communicating with you today. I hope you found it beneficial. I would like to say Namaste. I salute the spiritual being that you are, and I salute the light of God that is in each and every one of you. And I wish you many continued blessings from the angels and from God. May they go forward with you from today, guide you, bless you, and assist your life, helping you to make a positive difference to the world. So thank you all for watching and listening today. This is me, Darren Linton, rounding off, wishing you all much love, much peace, and many blessings for the future. Namaste, bless you all, and goodbye everyone. God bless you all.